Hey, Chris, I'm so glad that you're able to take a few minutes with us here today to go over some of the things that you've experienced here. Week one, opening your first gym in Sunbury, Pennsylvania. You've had a wild time so far, and I kind of wanted to get your response. Kind of give me the feel of what it was like opening up, and maybe the thought process leading up.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, that's I guess the easiest way to describe it. We had a busy week with kids in here. We had birthday parties and field trips and all kinds of stuff our first week. You go into it, you're obviously nervous because you have no idea what the public's reaction is going to be. You have no idea, how the kids are going to like it. You see it going through training, but you don't know it until you do it. Um, but then once you finally open those doors and the kids came in, it was incredible. The kids were they were going online and saying good things about it and sharing pictures, and we were getting more and more bookings. And throughout the first week, more and more kids were signing up because their friends were hearing about it. And then now we're going into our second week, and it's just as crazy. More and more people are still hearing about it. So it was awesome.
That's great.
Good as
How
we could have imagined.
That's great. What kind of methods did you use for the word of mouth process to get the word out? Because we have advertising campaigns, we have different things that run in social media, but what was probably the best way to connect with your community?
So Facebook groups was
Yep.
probably the easiest way to connect through our community. So I'm pretty involved in the community already. I figured that with any business, being involved in the community is big for me. So once we connected here, we became members of every single community group we could be a part of. So all of our local neighborhood groups and friends of groups and different little borough groups and all that kind of stuff, we joined them all. And then once a week, whenever we post something, we'd share it to all 20 of them. And it would blow up. Those posts would see 20,000 or more hits just organically, which was incredible. So that
Yeah.
was the fastest way for us.
Let's talk a little bit about your benchmarks. What did you set yourself for goals? How did you plan that out? And opening week, did it exceed your expectations?
Yeah. So we came into this, our community's small, population's not too big. We're not sure, the income isn't crazy high here. So we weren't really sure, what kind of price point to set up front as we were going through and we were checking other gyms and other things. And, we set our price point and, we felt comfortable with it. And we felt, if we could get 30, 40 kids kind of to start, we'd feel really good about that in our first month. And we knew that we needed to get to 88 to break even on a regular month. We had structured a lease that, our finances kind of kicked in by the third month. They helped us out a lot on that. And we knew that if we could get to 88 by that third month, we'd be fine. We're waiting for everyone to finish paying after their first week. But we have 165 kids signed up for classes right now.
Awesome.
So, and we've had over 225 waivers filled out that
That's
we're
amazing.
still working with parents to pick class times and things like that. So that's been incredible.
Yeah.
As long as everything goes great, we'll be well ahead of what we expected. We also had a field trip the first week with over 40 kids here. We had a camp our first week open that was booked, completely sold out camp the first week that we had. And we had a wait list that sold out in under 12 hours. And we have birthday parties now booked every Saturday from now until the middle of October. And here we are, we're at the end of August and we have at least one. And like, for instance, this Saturday is our second Saturday open. We have 3 birthday parties this weekend, already paid for and ready to go. So
That's awesome.
crazy. Yeah, crazy from what we expected. And, obviously we're going to keep pushing we don't want to stop. We want to get bigger and keep growing.
Yeah.
But for 1 week in, that's as good as we can get. It's awesome. It's great.
Okay, very cool. That is awesome. So obviously the expectations have been blown out of the water. But
Yeah.
I wanted to also ask you, when you involved yourself in the community, especially in the Facebook groups, you took advantage of some groups that actually did some live video updates.
Yeah.
And essentially, how did you develop those relationships within the Facebook groups? Because I'm asking you this in a way because a lot of new gym owners are looking at different ways of connecting with the community because they have not been as involved as you have been in the community.
Yeah.
So how did you develop that relationship? How did you find that person and that particular group account? And what made you determine that particular group over others?
Yeah. So I had some of that coming in because in the other business I run, that's a big part of what we do. You know, the goal is to be as connected to the community as you can. And I took that mentality to this because it's the same thing. You're bringing their kids in, you're bringing local community kids in. You need their trust. And if they know you as a person, you build their trust faster. So I've always in the past, and I did the same thing already with the, USA Ninja. We try and get to as many like little street fairs and carnivals and little things like that. We've done 3 of them already before opening. And those are ways to just kind of connect to the local community so they get a face to the building. Even if your owner isn't, you're not an owner that's going to be in the building all the time, that's fine. But getting your lead instructor or getting a staff member, getting you in there, just getting somebody out there to connect with the community is perfect. As far as the Facebook groups go, I started just doing research and typing in. So like we're in Sunbury, I typed in Sunbury, PA, and then I looked at all the different groups that popped up, and there was, Sunbury, PA, friends of Sunbury, PA, parents of Sunbury, PA, whatever. And then I did the exact same thing for the next town over and then the other way. And I did about a 25-mile radius, and I typed in all of the towns. And there's so many groups of like play groups and stay-at-home parents or parents of just looking for something to do for their kids. And they're all private memberships. But if you ask to join and put in like why you want to join, hey, I have something to share with your group, they'll let you in. Yeah. And then we don't overload them because if we overload them, they'll kick you out. But we send a post like once a week. And now we're doing it like maybe once every other week as we go. Just saying, hey, we're here, we're coming, and this is what we can bring to for your kids and for your community. And, here's why you should trust us and trust the program and build it. And people responded to that. And then that's the fastest way because then they share it, then their friends see it, and then their friends share it, and their friends see it. Just keep going and going and going.
Right.
Which really gets the numbers, clicks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I did it. It's the easiest way, I think, to do it.
That's great. No, that's awesome. Well, it's been super fun listening to the first week, the process that you've been going through. I can't wait to do some more updates in the future here. As a community, we're just going to keep learning and pressing forward, So this is super helpful. So I appreciate it, Chris.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you bet.